Fear of Loss is a short film which has two main characters, Toby and Toby's dad. Toby's an 8-year-old boy, and he lost his mother when he was just 2. His mother had a wasting disease, which she had since he was born, and he never really got to see her. He never got to really know who she was. His father, Toby's dad, lived through the 2 years of pain and suffering that Toby's mum had. She had a wasting disease. He could do nothing about it. The doctors could do nothing about it. And he was there every step of the way with his wife. Toby's dad gave up a lot of things to be married. He gave up his ideas, his ambition, the degree that he'd taken, the qualifications that he had, to settle down at a fairly early age and to get married, and then ultimately, when the time was right, to have a child. They buried Toby's mum some 6 years ago. Toby's now 8 years old. They buried her, and they moved away from the small seaside town that they lived in and all the memories and good memories that Toby was meant to have growing up. He never experienced. They live in a farm. He's a working man now. He's changed his career path. Toby's dad has never looked for love. He's never looked for anyone to take over his wife's place. He has spent the last 6 years coming to terms with death, trying to understand death, trying to understand religion, wondering if there's anything that he could have done to help his wife, anything he could have done to stop the suffering. He's failed as a father. He's failed his son. He's failed his wife. He ultimately has become a very bitter person. He's full of grief. He's full of hatred. The hollowness that he had that would give love and would absorb love and would store love is a hollow, dark, empty, rotting, grief-plagued, infested hole. And his son works well at school, has an incredible ability, but doesn't excel, doesn't need to excel. He's got as much love that he can get from his dad, and he doesn't want... He sees no point in it. So although they're both very intelligent characters, there's something underlying there. There's something that's not right. The film starts with a rhythmic piece of music, prime piece of music, which is unsettling. And the visions that go along with that, the visual start to the film, is a long wheelbase 4-wheel drive, driving down a road with dense woodland on either side of the road. It could be a road anywhere. It could be anywhere in Europe. There's no signpost, don't tell you where it is. The characters themselves, you never get to see their face. So they could be any characters. They could be your dad, they could be your son, they could be your next door neighbour, they could be whatever the viewer wants them to be. And throughout the film, the viewer is asked to justify certain things, certain ideas regarding death, and also to picture in their mind what these characters would look like, what they would feel like. So we're starting off and we have this vehicle driving down this road, and then with all this music in the background. And then they move off the road and they deviate down a dirt track and they go deeper and deeper and deeper into the woods until they can go no further. And then there's a flashback. And that flashback is Toby's dad having a nervous breakdown. He's having some kind of meltdown in a large tool shed. The tool shed is a wooden outbuilding, part of the main farm, but separate. It's the place that Toby's dad can go to get away from Toby, get away from wherever, just come to terms with himself and have some of his own time, even though no one else lives in the house apart from Toby's dad and their dog Thumper, which is a lifelong companion of Toby. So he's having this nervous breakdown. Again, you don't see the face. He's geared out in his farm gear. He's swinging around, he's moving around, he's convulsing, he's acting quite fire-like in the way he moves, and he's full of tension and frustration, and it's building up and it's coming out now. He grabs for a large screwdriver. It won't do. That's not good enough for him. He throws it away and he grabs an axe handle. Not good enough. Throws that away. Machete, no. Saw, no. And he's squirming around here. He's frantically looking, and then he touches a shotgun barrel. Boom. And all the frustration goes. And like a diamond bullet through his head, right there, that second, he knows what has to be done. It can't wait till tomorrow. He can't think of some other excuse for it not to happen. It has to be done today. It has to be done now. Then we're back in the car. All the tension has gone within Toby's dad. He's completely crystal clear on what needs to be done. He's feared the loss of his wife all of these 2 years that she died of this prolonged illness where he could do nothing. And the same thing now is happening to his son. His son's been diagnosed with an illness, and as a father, he would fail his son miserably if he just let his son die a prolonged, agonizing death, like his wife had experienced. When his wife died, she welcomed it. Her arms were wide open for that. She longed for it, she embraced it, she needed it more than she needed anything else. She saw what was happening to her family, she knew the pain that she was going through, and she just wanted it to end.